Hey guys, for the cold open for this episode, I'm actually going to talk about a sick collab that I said was going to happen.
Pocket radar
giveaway.
Pocket radar.
I told you guys I was going to do it. We got some stuff in the works.
That's actually big time.
So I'm going to give away one Pocket Radar on Instagram and TikTok. Like that'll be on those social medias, and that'll promote like Pocket Radar stuff in their IG and all that. But there's going to be one just for podcast listeners only. So listeners and viewers.
$300, bro.
$300. So we're gonna have some awesome giveaways with Pocket Radar and maybe some future collaborations in the future. I don't really know. I don't know.
Just give it a listen for $300.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna have a secret code in the next episode. I'll have like something in the middle of the podcast somewhere where just listeners or podcast viewers on YouTube and subscribers, obviously, will have to hear it, and then you guys will comment or something. I don't know, and then that's how you win a Pocket Radar. So that's our cold open. Win a Pocket Radar. Subscribe to DSARM. Let's get to 10K.
Subscribe for a pocket like that. Like that's cool. That's cool. Like
it seems worth it to me. So subscribe for a Pocket Radar. Boom. Let's go.
Hit a pen out, pour up heavy in the lamb on a Eddie. I got 3 rows run the valley.
I got 3 hills on the valley. All right, so Joe, how are we doing today?
I'm good. Last day on Bridgeton Academy campus.
So this is our last day at school. But before I talk about that, I'll introduce you guys. Saw the title and thumbnail. MJ Seo interview. Yeah, that's not clickbait, dude. He throws 96 and he's 5'10 and he's 170 pounds.
It's legit.
He's 5'10", 170, 17-year-old throwing 96.
All you can do is tip your hat to that. That's all you can do.
Absurd. Like, dude, it's in the watching. Like, I was like, no, like, it just doesn't seem right. And then, yeah, no, it's right. Like, you can see he has countless videos where it's like, no, that's 97, that's 96, cool. Whatever. Yeah, he's really good. So, we did an interview with him, kind of talked about his story and all that stuff. So that'll be the second part of this video, or this podcast, I guess. But the first part we'll do, like, what's going on in baseball right now, hot takes, all that stuff. But also, welcome back to the show with Dan and Joe. This is episode 6.
Welcome back to the show.
What do we got?
Number 6. Like I said, last day on campus, last time in this studio, which is honestly crazy.
Yeah.
But better studio coming, better things coming, summer coming, better content, better everything.
I mean, we're just leveling up, dude. Like, so we're graduating from school today. If you guys don't know, we're at a post-grad called Bridgeton Academy, or we're graduating tomorrow is our last day of school. So we figured we'd do the last podcast in the studio. And it's sad, but it's also like we got some big shit going on for summer. Dude. So our new studio is going to be in Boston, right in downtown Boston. So that's going to be sick. I mean, dude, I could go on and on about the content we're gonna make, but you guys can just watch and see, and it'll be dope. It'll be
exactly,
really cool.
Exactly.
But without further ado, let's get right into the first topic of the day, which is all right. So this is Bleacher Report, right? BR Walkoff. So BR Walkoff, that's their baseball account, right?
Yeah.
They had number 1. So they ranked the top 10 players at each infield position, right? Number 1, we're gonna talk about the third baseman first, just because I think Joe is gonna have some hot takes about this one. Jose Ramirez, they put at number 1. Nolan Arenado at 2, and then Manny Machado at 3. You were saying some stuff about Manny earlier today that wasn't on video. So what are you thinking?
I personally, and this isn't even just me saying this, I've always thought that Manny's the best third baseman in all of baseball for a long time. Like since he's been in the Orioles, I always thought that. Arenado's obviously a stud, but his plays are ridiculous. But I think the plays he makes them into those plays. You know what I mean? Like Manny would make all the plays he makes, but just make him look smoother, cleaner. Manny's a great hitter. Jose Ramirez, great player, underrated always. But
wow.
I know, but I mean, like you don't hear like you don't know, like you turn ESPN or whatever, not talking about Jose Ramirez.
Would you put Manny at number 1?
I put Manny number 1 in a heartbeat.
And then Arenado at 2, or Ramirez?
I'd probably go Manny, Arenado, Ramirez.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, a lot of people say Manny's overrated, like that's their big thing. But what do you think?
How can you think that Manny's overrated, dude?
How can you think that Shohei's overrated? Clown behavior.
Nah, because dude, whatever. If you watch Manny play, he doesn't have a flaw in his game.
No,
dude.
I know.
He does not.
The only flaw is that people don't like him because he's loud, and that's really it.
But he backs it up.
He's
bro.
so good.
He's so good, dude. I'll never forget, bro. I was at a Red Sox game against the Orioles when he was on the Orioles. And he threw me a foul ball, and I was like, "This is my guy now."
You got the ball? Oh, so that's where the stem. That's where the ride or die is.
Nah, but he's actually that dude. Like,
so you got a ball
good.
from Manny?
Yeah, he threw it to me.
That's fine. One time I got 6 balls at a spring training game.
Really?
Orioles, Red Sox, spring training. I was like 14. I was the only kid, because it's all old people down in Florida or whatever. So I'm the only kid behind the dugout. Every single inning they came in, I got a ball. Yep. Every single one. So it was like, because sometimes the ball ended up somewhere else. But I got 6 baseballs that day. But the rest, Rafael Devers at 10.
That is bold too. I do not agree with that.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that.
Rafi was almost MVP last year.
I totally forgot about that.
Am I missing?
I'm so done. I'm wearing a Red Sox shirt right now. So Redu, Manny, Arenado, Devers is a stud, dude. and he's young as hell. He's gonna continue to get better.
I think he's underrated just because of
He's so underrated.
I don't know. I guess I don't even know why he's
the
underrated.
Red Sox left side of the infield is so underrated.
It's nuts, but that's weird. But
I'll
yeah,
talk
man.
about that in a second. But
Give me Manny at first. I don't know enough about specific players.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
pitchers. So, but that's cool though.
Definitely.
All right, so you probably heard about it. The D3 player who's hitting 552
Yeah.
for Penn State, was it Penn State Abington, Ryan McCarty. We talked about him a little bit yesterday, but dude, so let me just read his stat line. 552, 95 hits, 85 runs, 27 home runs, and 85 RBIs, and he's a two-way. He's a pitcher too. Yeah.
All right, for all you guys out there that we talk about D1, D2, D3, there's still good competition in D3. So
Yeah.
like batting this is just it's just out of this fucking
Dude,
world.
here's a
dude.
question though. Golden Spikes, like, is he in the conversation?
My one thing, I think he should be. My one thing though is like you gotta look at the winners of the Golden Spikes. So if he is in the conversation, is he gonna make it to the show?
We were looking at it yesterday. We were looking at the last like 10 years
Yeah.
Golden Spikes,
Yep.
and we're looking at like every team was pretty much a Power 5 D1 team besides someone won
Right.
from Mercer, but it was like Strasburg, Bauer, and then the one guy who wasn't. There was another who won. Adley Rutschman, like all
Bryce
those.
Harper,
Bryce. But I was gonna say
like-
the only guy who didn't go wasn't at a D1 school was Bryce Harper, and he was a 17-year-old at JUCO hitting 500. So like that's the only guy who wasn't from a Power
Right.
5 school in the last like 25 probably plus years. But,
exactly.
Yeah.
And all those guys are all-stars, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like, is this guy, you know what I
No,
mean?
like literally 90% of that list was like MLB players.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he definitely should be, like those stats are just so
He's a
ridiculous,
really
dude.
nice swing, like a nice
And it's not
compact
even,
swing,
like,
powerful.
It's not even like he's batting 527. Like he's batting 527.
52.
52.
52,
With
27 home runs.
7 home runs.
Yeah.
Dude. Like, what?
That's wild. Good for him, dude.
Good for
And
him.
it's cool seeing. He had a really good comment that we were talking
yeah.
about. I'll put it up on the screen right here. What he was saying. I'll read it real quick. He goes, "Thank you for the post. We appreciate the love and support in D3. A lot of us fell through the cracks in baseball, but that doesn't mean we gave up on our dream. I have a feeling there are some others behind me that'll make a lot of noise in the next few seasons. God bless y'all and don't give up." That was just a dope comment. That was just super sick.
Such a good comment.
Super sick.
Such a good explanation, dude.
I mean, yeah, he's
it's
a humble dude.
Yeah, humbled as
Yeah.
hell, and like, I don't know, it's just a great comment overall.
Yeah, Penn State Abington, man. I've never heard of them until today. I know there's a bunch of Penn States.
Put him
but
on the map, dude.
Put him on the map, man. That's good for him. I mean, it says Penn State on the jersey,
Yeah,
so
that's
that's
weird.
legit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's funny, but yeah. All right, those were nice. Those are actually really good topics. I like
I
that. We
enjoyed
got
them,
we
yeah.
got good conversation. So now we're gonna hop over to the MJ Seo interview. It was really dope. So Joe wasn't there because Joe's a loser, and Joe has beef with MJ.
Yeah, I wasn't there because I didn't want to talk to you.
No, Joe, we had finals, and it's so annoying to record like 3 people at once. So Joe just left.
Yeah, I just left. I was like, MJ,
or like you weren't
I'll
there.
take you for 50. No,
That was funny. So I forgot to say this. So to intro MJ and how we got connected, MJ slid in Joe's DMs after one of the videos of Joe saying like 97 was overrated.
Yep.
And MJ goes, "Yo, if 97 is so overrated, why don't we do live ABs, fastball only?"
And I was like, word, bro.
Yeah, what'd you say to that? I never saw this.
I was just like, yeah, dude, let's do it. I'm like,
what did he
this-
say?
this- He's like, he's like, yeah, like let's do it. And I was like, where are you from? Blah blah blah. And he's like, Texas or
Yeah,
whatever. And I was
so,
like,
I mean,
word, dude, I'll be there.
We'll try to set that up. I mean, you never know, man.
Yeah,
We could get out
exactly.
there. He could be up here. He'll be doing the USA circuit, so we'll
Yeah.
probably be around.
I mean, I'm
there.
down.
That'd be sick. So yeah, we'd love to do that. I'm gonna try to get live ABs, a bunch of stuff, bro.
like hit my DMs for live ABs or anything like that. Like, I'm
Dude,
so down. For
I
that.
want to get like Max Clark. I want to get like Tamar. What's Tamar Johnson?
Tamar Johnson.
But yeah, man, MJ's dope. He's 5'10", 5'11". He says 6'1" with cleats on though. I saw him saying that, and he throws 96, and he's a great dude, and he loves what we're doing. He's all for it. He's like, I love the content. I love what you guys are
Fire.
saying. I love Joe's hot takes. So it was a dope interview. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Anything you got?
Enjoy it.
Yeah, dude. So we'll just get right into it. Like Joe's not here. We're doing finals and shit. So Joe's up doing his own thing. I would have loved to get Joe on because that's how we first got connected. I was just thinking about this the other day. I was like, man, like because I've seen you before, but I wasn't sure where. But I remember one time I was on Twitter and you posted something on Twitter. It was like before the WWBA or something. You're like, yo, new PR before going down to the WWBA, and you said like 95. And I was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, that must have been a typo. Like this kid, he's like a 2023. And I clicked on the video. I'm like, he must have been 85. Nah, it was 95. It was 95, bro. I was like, holy shit! Like this kid's throwing 95 at 16, bro. But what's your top at right now? What's your max?
95. That's probably my max.
I saw that 96.9 on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't hit it in game yet, so it don't count yet. But
hell yeah, bro. I saw you don't round up. But yeah, man. I guess my first question is, when did your velo first go from like good to like, oh wow, like that's really good?
yeah, so I would say I was always kind of a hard thrower growing up, but definitely during quarantine, when like COVID hit, that's when we got like a garage gym set up, and that's when I really took advantage of everything that I could possibly do at the time. So definitely that's when I got stronger and really learned how to maximize my body. That's kind of when the velocity went up. I think that's when I hit 90 for the first time. I think it was my freshman year. That was when like I was like, damn, like I could, throw harder than this. So I just kept working, and that's when it just kind of kept ticking up.
Dude, are your parents like freak athletes, or are you just like you're just natural?
No, bro. My parents, they don't play sports at all. Like they didn't play sports growing up. They just like my mom's a professor. Like we're just like an educational like family. So it's kind of weird. Me and my brother, we're both like baseball players. So your
brother's a Vandy commit too. So you guys just got like wild genes, man. Yeah. Well, how much you think of 95 miles an hour is you can work for it and it's like natural, like hard work, or how much is like God given and just like you just get it or you don't?
Yeah, I don't know. I think 95, I think you definitely need some arm talent or, kind of a little bit of that. But like for me, like I'm not what you would call like a physical, like a beast or anything. Like I'm 5'10", like 175. So I feel like for me, it was kind of like working with what I got, and I just kept working. I feel like there's a lot of things for velo. It's not just lifting weights or just throwing. Like there's a whole lot of things that go on, like mobility, nutrition, recovery, everything. So I feel like if someone can actually maximize everything, I feel like they could throw like 93, 94, maybe 95. I think anything above, I think you definitely need to, be born with a lot of talent. But yeah, I think definitely like into the low 90s, I think anyone can really achieve if they really put their mind to it.
Another thing that sticks out is obviously like with your build, bro, like you got to have really efficient mechanics. Your mechanics are like beautiful, like they're perfect. Have you worked on that, or are you just like naturally just gifted in that way?
So I'm a natural middle infielder. So I think I got my athleticism from like, throwing from different arm angles, kind of because in game, you don't really get the perfect hop every time. You got to adjust to, which throws or which angles. So I think for me, I kind of just figured out like where my body would be, at its best position to throw hard. So I think that kind of came natural for me. I didn't really work on pitching until like 2 years ago, which is kind of weird, but yeah, I think that part kind of came natural.
You know what's funny? I remember you were committed to Arizona, right? Is that
right?
Is that right? I remember because I saw you on one of Heenan's live streams one time. Like and I was like, I've never seen this kid before. So then ended up going to LSU, that's dope. That's gonna be fire, bro. So in like 3 to 5 years, where do you see yourself? Where do you want to be?
3 to 5, definitely professional baseball. I mean, that was kind of like my goal growing up. I mean, that's every kid's goal growing up. So I definitely would like to be playing professional baseball in 5 years.
I got a buddy. I saw you got into the pipeline, the MLB prospect pipeline thing.
Yeah.
My boy went that whole route last year. I don't know if you know Joe Allen. He's a Michigan commit. He's a stud, bro. He's going to be like a first or second round pick this year. He's from my area. And he did that whole like USA pipeline thing, and he had a blast, dude. Like you're going to have so much fun with that, bro.
Oh, yeah. I heard it. Yeah. It's a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah. For dudes, kind of in your position, probably younger than you, like what's your biggest advice for like achieving your goals, I guess?
Biggest advice, I'd definitely say, I feel like you have to be like, if you want different results, if you want to be like really great at something, like you have to have a lot of sacrifices, growing up. Like you can't like go partying all night, you can't eat bad food all day and expect to, play at a high D1 school or play professional baseball. You got to be like realistic. I feel like if anyone can really like work on everything and really truly trust the process, I feel like you can really do whatever, you want to do in life.
Yeah. Are you really deliberate with your training routines and stuff? Like, do you have a specific, like, boom, 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 like every single day as a plan going into it? Like,
oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. This was the night before I go to bed, I kind of like write out what I plan to do the next day. So it's like, it's definitely, for the first thing is getting 9 hours of sleep, that's so important. If your body is not recovered, for your training session in the morning, you're starting at a negative. So that's definitely the first. And then obviously, schedule my day out from, training, lifting, throwing, recovery, and all that. So yeah, I definitely schedule my time very deliberately for sure.
Yeah, man, that's the way to go. Like, I remember I started doing like, not like journaling, but just like writing down like just quick little notes, what I'm going to do the next day. And it helped me be so much more structured, bro. Cause I'm not like just going in all willy nilly and whatever, but
I'd say I'm truly in love with like the process of, the grind every day. I guess some people will call it a grind, but I mean, I really loved it, just getting better. You see the results, you make goals and you achieve them and just keep living that way. I feel like, cause there's no really end, you can never be too good to play baseball. There's guys in the league that are, getting paid, millions of dollars or hitting 300 and getting out 7 out of 10 times. So there's really, you can, try to be as good as you want, but there's really no end. So just keep pushing yourself until, the end of your career. I think that's what makes me love baseball.
I noticed a pattern with like dudes who are really good performers on the field. They also are super deliberate and like have routines off the field too. And it's so consistent, bro. Like everyone who's a stud on the field it's not like sure, some's God given, some's not, but like it's not luck that you're that good. You know what I mean? Like you have a plan, even in every part of your life. Like you have a certain plan that you're going to every single day. So that's an important thing that to emphasize, like because a lot of people don't realize they're like, oh, he's like LSU commit, he's just born that way. But it's like no, like you might have had some talent, but you had to like. You know, you're not just born throwing 95. Like you got to work for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hard work is definitely way more, it's more important than just having talent for sure. I've seen a lot of guys with a lot of talent that, get injured easily because they don't, work hard to prevent, injuries or they fall off quickly when they're good at a young age, and I've seen guys that weren't good when they were 12 or 13 that just kept progressing. And now they're, one of the top players in the country and all that. So definitely just keep working hard every day.
Yeah, man, I feel it's like that compound interest. Like every single day, if you're doing little, like it becomes a lot eventually. Do you have any hot takes? You got anything?
Hot takes?
Yeah, no, anything.
Hitting 97 right down the middle is a lot harder than 85 on the paint for sure. I mean, that is, come on, like Joe, come on, man.
Bro, Joe is a psychopath. He says those things, bro, and I'm like, oh, you must be just saying it for the cameras. And after it, I'll be like, so you're lying, right? He's like, nah, dude, I could fucking hit it. I'm like, no fucking chance, dude. No chance. Like he's a confident kid. Like I totally get it, bro. But he pisses a lot of people off. But you gotta,
I mean, it's good for the podcast, though, for sure.
Yeah, man, it's doing really well, man. I've had a ton of really good growth, and I'm, doing some fun stuff. But all right, last thing. Do you have any like idols or like people that you just really, not even just in baseball, it could be baseball, but just people that you just want to be like or you mimic your style after?
For sure. So yeah, I met Bobby Witt Jr. a couple of years ago in 8th grade. He's from the Dallas area, and I got to hit with him one time, and like that was like the coolest moment. Like he was in high school back then, but just the way like he carried himself, like on the field, off the field, just the way like he spoke to me and everything. That was very eye opening for me, and to see how humble he was, even when he was rated the #1 player in the country back then. Yeah, that was definitely an eye opening moment for me, just to see like wow, like these guys are working the same things that I am every day, and they have all these success, and they're still, they're still human, like they're still a baseball player. So he's definitely one of those guys that I look up to.
Yeah, what's your big plans for summer? Like in the next 3 months, if you could accomplish just one thing, like what would it be?
I definitely want to like show the scouts that I'm a very complete hitter, and I can hit against like the top pitchers at the top events. That's something I want to show for sure, because that's what I showed last year, and I really want to show it again this year. And then a big goal for me would definitely be hitting 97 on the mound. That'd be dope. That'd be really cool.
Kind of on the same token as like advice for younger people, but I guess if you could go back to yourself a year from today or like 2 years ago and tell like any piece of advice you would tell yourself from back then to put yourself in even better position today, like what would you tell yourself?
Definitely like with a mindset of not wasting a single second every day. I feel like, like 2-3 years ago, I spent so much time just like, playing video games or like, I guess being a kid, which is totally fine. But, if you have big goals, big dreams of, playing high level baseball, literally every minute of your day matters, You can always be doing something to get better. Like you're never too good. So definitely just maximizing your time, surrounding yourself with the right people, the right coaches, always learning, always asking questions. Yeah, that's about it.
So do you think that's the biggest like progress you've made in the last year, like personally, just like not wasting a second?
Right. I mean, that's kind of the mindset. I mean, obviously you can't, not waste a second, but yeah, definitely maximizing your time and being efficient for sure.
Yeah, man. Word. All right, that'll do it, bro. I really appreciate you hopping on, man. Like this is dope. It's so funny just to think like you just were like to Joe, you're just like, hey, fuck you, dude. Like 97's gas. I love that shit when you said that. Joe was like, do you know this kid? I'm like, yeah, that kid those gas, bro. Like, yeah. Yeah, that was really funny, man. All right, man, I'll let you go. Really appreciate you talking.
All right, peace.
Yeah, see, have a good one, man. All right, big shout out to you, MJ. Really appreciate you hopping on the podcast, man. That was a blast. It's dope, man. Like he's a real life stud. Like he's gonna be a professional baseball player. Like that's what a professional baseball player looks like at 17 years old, which is just so dope to see. And it's cool how social media kind of like just connects us more, and we're just like, oh, like you can see what people who are studs are doing. Like we were mentioning, he has that vlog with youth prospects with like almost 1 million views on YouTube, which is crazy. We're just trying to grow the game, make people love baseball even more, which is dope. So thanks again, MJ, for hopping on. Hopefully you guys enjoyed and learned a little something, or just learned his story, which is pretty cool. Yeah, thanks again, guys. So here's the outro. Joe, what do we got?
Again, bro, last episode in the studio. Sad cry face emoji.
Cry face emoji face.
Cry face emoji face sound effect cry. But yeah, it's been a great year. Shout out to this kid for helping and everything out.
Yep. Shout out for Joe for sitting there and talking.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I just sit here and talk, and now
but look, dude, yes, I do 100% of the work, but no, listen, I was thinking about this the other day, but it's like if you left, that wouldn't mean we had 100% of the podcast.
Yeah,
We'd lose 50% of the
Right,
podcast.
right.
So like you being here, even if you don't do the actual editing, because I love editing anyway. So it's just nice to have like you. It would crumble. We would crumble and die without you. I would crumble.
And die.
No, but yeah, we got a bunch of fun stuff. We're gonna do a lot of like in-person interviews because we'll be in Boston. So we got some guys lined up. We'll see how that goes.
And if you're in the Boston area and you want to hop on, like shoot one of us a DM or something like that.
I want Jared Carabas. We get similar views.
And he
to
loves
his podcast.
Boston, bro.
He has that new Red Sox podcast. We get like similar views than him, so we could like put him. We could shout his stuff out. He'd shout our stuff out. It'd be dope. But he's also Jared Carabas, so like he has
and maybe
clout.
get Dave on. Oh.
Yeah, and he's got the Barstool connections and stuff in the Draft King. I know. Imagine Dave sees our shit. Dave Portnoy.
Come on, Dave. Or
dude,
Big Cat
I think Dave would like. I think Dave would like it.
Dave would fuck with me. I want to meet Dave.
There's not many baseball podcasts where it's like fun too. Yep. You know what I mean? Like fun. We're having a good time.
And they're from Boston, bro.
Yeah, like the culture of it, and everyone from Boston is all about putting people from Boston on. You know, it's just like a culture thing. If you're like, oh, I'm from Boston, like I'm from Boston. It's a tight knit community. Yeah, shout out Dave Portnoy. Please sign us.
Please, Dave. Come on, man.
But yeah, man. So thank you guys for watching. This is the conclusion of episode 6. A lot of big stuff in the works. So we're excited to keep doing this, get better and better and better.
Thanks, fellas. I mean, great year.
See you guys later.
See you in Boston.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in Boston. Fenway. I'll be working at Fenway too, so catch me at Fenway. But yeah, see you guys later.
In Boston. Peace.
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 Hit a pen, I pour up heavy. In the lamb on a Eddie. I got 3 O's, run a valley. These new Dior's, not for belly. Stay that money, Eiffel, Perry. I shoot jumpers, call me Larry. Then they in Yonkers, I need a Navy. Don't need a sponsor, already heaven. They calling me the man, had to slow down at the